Hey, welcome to First Things First on a chunk of a somber day with Inside the Sports Activities International. I'm Kevin Wilders along Chris Bassard, Nick Wright and Eric Mangini. Our mind and prayers are, of course, with Damar Hamlin. Here's the modern news. Bill protection. Damar Hamlin stays in essential circumstance and is sedated in a Cincinnati health facility after struggling a cardiac arrest on the Sphere in Cincinnati. This afternoon, his own circle of relatives launched this statement. On behalf of our own circle of relatives, we need to explicit our honest gratitude for the affection and guide proven to Damar throughout this hard time. We are deeply moved by a way of means of the prayers, type phrases and donations from enthusiasts across the USA. They retained thanking the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, additionally the Bills company and Coach Taylor and the Bengals. Your generosity and compassion suggest the sector to us. Please maintain Damar for your prayers. We will launch updates as quickly as we've them. Thank you from the Hamlin-owned circle of relatives. Nick, what are your mind this afternoon? I suppose, like almost everybody, it turned into very hard to agree with what I turned into saying. And you can inform earlier than Joe Buck stated the phrase CPR. You knew this turned into now no longer a soccer injury. You knew something grave turned into taking areas simply primarily based totally at the reactions of the gamers. And so I turned into nearly on alert that this can be honestly awful. And Damar is, for his own circle of relatives, nonetheless combating and nonetheless in essential circumstance. But I suppose it's miles truly of a contemporary day scientific miracle that the scientific responders on the Sphere have been capable of get him to the health facility, that he turned into capable of get CPR and defibrillation in actual time while seconds depend a lot. And the ones humans have been absolute heroes, now no longer with inside the protection of a health facility, however with inside the cauldron of in which they had been figuring out information it. Additionally notion looking at it made me a bit hopeful and a bit unhappy on the type of approach as humans reacted to it. Brew turned into hopeful in that there has been a definitely first class second in that humans felt helpless however desired to reveal team spirit with Damar and his own circle of relatives. And they stumbled upon a GoFundMe that hoped to get 2,500 greenbacks and us raised hundreds of thousands of greenbacks. Like as a what are we able to do? Let's do that. And this is like the tremendous facet of it. To me, the definitely tough facet of it from a humanity angle is it appeared like as it turned into so sudden, tragic and inexplicable humans had been trying to find a villain whilst there wasn't always one. People had been like, oh my God. The NFL desired them to play 5 minutes later. I do not agree with the NFL ever desired them to play 5 minutes later. I suppose there has been lots taking place. And the everyday protocol is perhaps you may get 5 minutes. This turned into now no longer typical. Then humans discovered tweets to get mad at. Then humans have been mad at the game of soccer as a complete. Some humans determined responsible contemporary day remedy and vaccines for what turned into simply an inexplicable, terrifying event. And it made me, with inside the second, I were given to mention, Brew, of the nearest humans with inside the international to me my spouse and you, my accomplice for years of deeply spiritual humans and I am now no longer. And it made me a bit resentful in that second and for the reason that then that I did not have that basis of there maybe I do not need to mention a more reason or a better electricity or something, due to the fact I sense like at instances like this, whilst there may be an inexplicable tragedy, you're nearly flailing approximately, like, why did it occur to this child on this second? And you then definitely analyze he's this sort of excellent child. And so I do not know if any of that may feel to the audience. But this is how I turned into feeling. Watching something we would in no way visible on an NFL area earlier than. No, that turned into nicely stated. Nick and I had a specific angle whilst it turned into taking place than you and perhaps all of you men, due to the fact I turned into doing my radio display The Odd Couple with Rob Parker, and I had the sport on, however the extent of. And I'm already wondering it is horrific due to the fact he would possibly have a neck injury. I'm wondering he's going to be carried off on a stretcher or a truck, and that he will deliver the thumbs up as he's going off the Sphere. That's what I'm hoping for. And it continues taking place and on, and I'm type of searching backward and forward among doing the display, after which I begin seeing gamers with tears in there, like Josh Allen, who turned into tearing up Andrew Davis, proper, crying.